I mean, I had to, and I've known, all right, we were married for almost 22 years. We were together for 25 years. I don't regret the day of meeting him. I don't regret putting up with him for all 25 years. And that has nothing to do with him having this baby or him having this side girl for almost 15 years of our marriage. I've known about her almost since the beginning. I've known that Kevin is a serial cheat. The first time I found out was while I was pregnant with our son on bed rest.
A situation over the 12 years that I've been here entertaining you on television. Welcome to Hot Topics, Sharina Hudson. Getting out of my car with my money. Good morning, Journey. She'll be I think she'll be 3 next month, don't you?
But all the contracts, and some people call me crazy and stupid for it.
Nah, I've been that guy.
In fact, to say that Wendy isn't shocked by how badly things have become for Kevin Hunter would be a pretty grave understatement, as the latter basically ruined his entire life with his own hands the moment he stepped out on her. But how exactly has he caused this unrepairable damage to his life? Sit back because you're in for a treat. While it's not uncommon for people to get divorced after being married for a couple of years, Wendy and Kevin's case is slightly different because the events that led up to their divorce have basically ensured that there's bad blood between them, and Kevin now seems to be the one on the losing end. But considering how well Kevin's life was going while he was with Wendy, even she herself is surprised by how much change has come to his life since he decided to take things to the next level with his mistress at the time. And even with how everything turned out, Kevin still believes his sandy gold mine will never dry up, as the star has been pretty busy in his pursuit of Wendy's fortune to run his own life. And to say he has been pretty unapologetic about it would be the nicest way to put it. Here's how.
You went out on me because of a girl, over a girl, that happens to be my baby mama. Let me take the mother of my child. You're gonna strike.
According to recent reports, Kevin has now asked that the court order Wendy to make payments to him as contractually required under the MSA and severance agreement. In his filing, Kevin told the court that he completely depends on the payments from Wendy to live his daily life, as was agreed to in their marital settlement document. In the words of the former executive, "I have fallen behind on most of my bills. I currently live in a community that requires payments to the Homeowners Association, and I'm behind on that bill. If the Homeowners Association fees are not paid, foreclosure will soon follow," Kevin stated in his pleas to the court about the home he shares with the very same mistress he stepped out on Wendy with, as well as their lovely child. However, losing his house isn't the only shocking problem the former executive seems to be facing at the moment, as that seems to have been only the beginning.
The woman that happens to be the mother of my child, how you went out on me and made a mockery of the situation that really helped you.
Continuing his court filing, Kevin said, "My car insurance hasn't been paid as a result of not receiving monthly severance payments. I'm behind on credit card payments because I have no money since the severance payments were suspended. My life has been greatly affected since the plaintiff stopped making payments under our settlement agreement." And on top of this mountain of pressing financial matters Wendy's ex claimed he was facing, he has also revealed that he is facing some health challenges and doesn't have health insurance. Health challenges that will require the father of 2 to undergo surgery, but he hasn't been able to afford it because the payments from his loving ex-wife stopped coming. However, it's almost funny that Kevin would try to involve the court in this whole thing because even Wendy herself has been on a roller coaster of health challenges, so much so that she lost access to all of her money. According to reports, Wendy spent 2 months in a Malibu, California rehab treating severe alcoholism, and that was only where her problems began. The host, who had previously claimed she was sober, had a number of public incidents involving alcohol before she checked into rehab for severe alcoholism in August last year. Talking about her stay in rehab, a source close to the star revealed that alcohol has always been a real struggle for her over the past couple of years. In their words, she is battling severe alcohol abuse mixed with serious health issues. She was being treated for extreme alcohol abuse. She has had numerous doctors who have told her for years, if you drink, you'll die. She never really wanted to stop, and the people around her in New York allowed her to keep drinking. And while alcoholism isn't the answer to human problems, you gotta admit that Kevin's moves, while they were married, are probably somewhat responsible for her alcoholism, which is why the star and her lawyers didn't hold back in countering his claims.
And I knew that if I just stuck to what was true to me, and only I know what was true to me, then I could come out on the other side. And those who stuck by me, believing in me, even when we weren't talking or I wasn't asking for their advice or wanting their advice, I was trying to figure things out.
In pushing back on Kevin's demand for payment, news outlets have revealed that the ex-TV host's attorney filed that the star has not had income from the Wendy Williams show since October of 2021, just 1 month into what would be an entire season of the show going on in her absence. Specifically, the star's lawyer wrote, on October 15th of 2021, plaintiff was informed by Talk WW that her contract was being suspended and that no compensation shall accrue or be payable to the plaintiff for the duration of the plaintiff's disability and incapacity.
Many of the reasons cited for her not continuing are her ongoing health reasons, or health conditions rather. Her rep and others have cited things like breakthrough COVID that was mentioned at the beginning of the season. Also, questions about ongoing issues with her Graves' disease, which is a thyroid condition. And there may be other medical conditions she's dealing with as well.
The former talk show host's attorney went on to cite the divorce settlement agreement she and Kevin signed back in January of 2020. It stated that if, for any reason, Wendy's contract with Talk WW is not renewed or is otherwise suspended, canceled, or terminated, and she does not have any other television show being aired and paying her an equivalent salary. Kevin understands and agrees that all severance payments shall be subject to either termination or modification, Wendy's attorney said in citing the ex's agreement. Wendy's attorney then continued that her client has not received a salary from Talk WW since October of 2021 and that she presently has no other television show being aired and paying her any income, let alone an equivalent salary. But even while Wendy and her team of lawyers already proved that Kevin was legally unable to get any cent from her, the events that led up to their split also proved that she has other reasons to prevent him from getting a dime. Per the reports, the Wendy Williams show host famously split from her husband of over 20 years, Kevin Hunter, back in April 2019 following rumors that he had been cheating on her and fathered a child with his alleged mistress. Wendy didn't publicly acknowledge the affair at the time, but shortly after, she got in front of the story, and it's safe to say Kevin couldn't have seen that coming. As the Lifetime projects will convey, she knew what was happening with her husband all along. She just couldn't show it. In the words of the star, there were secrets that I was keeping, Wendy explained. It wasn't about being not vulnerable. It was about waiting for the right time because I was methodically planning to get out of my marriage. I still played I love you, Wendy.
I've always been that way. All right, I've got a problem. I don't want to talk about it. Let me figure it out, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you, guess what I've been through? Guess what has been going on?
As the media personality would later reveal, Wendy said that she hired a private investigator to follow Hunter because she suspected him of cheating. And boy, was she right. And even though she had been previously suspicious of him, she was still surprised at how far he had gone with his affairs. According to Wendy, while finding out her husband of more than 2 decades was cheating on her was already as painful as it gets, things got worse when she found out that Kevin's mistress was pregnant. However, after finding out about this huge secret life that Kevin had going, Wendy didn't actually say anything until much later after, and boy did she act swiftly by getting a divorce. Following the split, she also cut ties with her ex professionally. He was removed as executive producer of the Wendy Williams show, and Williams dissolved the Hunter Foundation, the nonprofit organization the couple founded in 2014.
Nobody could help me through that part of my life except for me. No, I had nobody, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Hunter, for his part, has not publicly acknowledged engaging in affairs or fathering a child outside of wedlock, but broke his silence in a statement to People after the divorce filing, admitting he was not proud of his actions. But it doesn't seem like Wendy would be down to buy any of his BS again, as the former celebrity host revealed something about him in an interview. Williams called Hunter a serial cheater and claimed she knew about his affairs almost since the beginning of their 25-year relationship. We were married for almost 22 years. We were together for 25 years, she said on SiriusXM's The Jess Cagle Show earlier this week. I don't regret the day of meeting him. I don't regret putting up with him for all 25 years. Now, considering all of these details of their marriage and everything that went down between them, do you honestly think it's surprising that Wendy wouldn't be shocked about how things with her ex have deteriorated to the lowest point? One user wrote, "The lawyers that took on Kevin Hunter's case to fleece Wendy Williams out of the money she worked and earned while Hunter spent her money on another woman and having a baby outside the marriage should be ashamed. I hope they lose every client they have and all future clients. Looks like Kevin might have to watch his back. Anyway, that's it for this video. Goodbye."